What if the miracle you have been asking for is not waiting for you to try harder, push more, or control every little thing? What if it is waiting for you to soften, to breathe, to step aside and let life move the way it already knows how to move? So many people spend their days trying to hold everything together with tight hands and tired hearts. They think peace will come when every question is answered, when every plan is clear, when every fear is gone. But peace does not begin when life finally obeys you. Peace begins when you stop fighting life and start trusting that something greater is already at work. Take a slow breath in and let your body soften for a moment. There is nothing you need to prove right now. There is nothing you need to chase in this moment. You do not have to force life to love you. You do not have to force blessings to come to you. You do not have to force the next step to appear before you are ready. There is another way to live, a softer way, a wiser way, a way that feels lighter in the heart and calmer in the mind. It is the way of letting the universe lead. It is the way of trusting that miracles can find you when you stop standing in their way. So much pain comes from trying to manage what was never yours to carry. So much stress comes from believing you must control the full path before you even take the next step. You tell yourself that if you think enough, worry enough, plan enough, then maybe you can stay safe. Maybe you can stop pain before it comes. Maybe you can make sure life gives you only what you want and never what you fear. But life has never asked you to carry it all. Life has never asked you to know everything before you move. Life has never asked you to force the flowers to bloom. It has only asked you to trust the season you are in. There is something so beautiful that begins to happen the moment, and you stop gripping life so tightly. Your breathing becomes easier. Your thoughts become quieter. Your body stops living like it is in a fight. Your heart begins to remember what it feels like to rest. And in that space, in that open and gentle space, something starts to move. Answers come more clearly. Peace comes more naturally. New doors begin to appear. What felt blocked begins to loosen. What felt heavy begins to lift. Not because you pushed harder, but because you stopped pushing against the flow of your own good. Miracles do not always come with noise. They do not always arrive with flashing signs and sudden drama. Many times, a miracle enters quietly. It enters through peace after a long season of fear. It enters through calm where there used to be pressure. It enters through a new chance that arrives just when you stop begging for it. It enters through a door opening after you have released the need to break it down. That is the mystery and beauty of life. When you stop trying to force the river, you begin to feel its current carrying you. Think about how much of your life has been spent trying to make things happen before their time. Think about how often you have stayed awake, turning the same fear over in your mind, as if worry itself could solve the future. Think about how many times you have pushed on a closed door, believing that more effort must be the answer. only to feel more tired, more frustrated, and more unsure. And now, think about the times when something wonderful came together in a way you did not plan. Think of the moments when life surprised you. Think of the times when what you needed arrived after you let go and stopped trying to control every detail. There is a lesson in that. Life moves best when it is allowed to move. The truth is simple. Even if it is not always easy, you were not made to live in a constant state of inner struggle. You were not made to carry tomorrow before it arrives. You were not made to hold every outcome with fear and call it wisdom. Your spirit knows another language. It knows the language of trust. It knows the language of peace. It knows how to rest in the unseen and still believe in the good. That quiet knowing is already inside you. It may be buried under fear, but it is there. It may be hidden under years of trying, proving, and protecting, but it is there. It is still there, waiting for you to return to it. Maybe you have been taught that if you let go, everything will fall apart. Maybe you have believed that control is the only thing keeping your life from becoming a mess. Maybe part of you feels afraid that if you stop pushing, nothing good will happen. But what if the opposite is true? What if holding on so tightly is the very thing keeping the blessing out? What if your constant tension is closing the very door that peace is trying to walk through? What if stepping back is not losing power at all, but finally making room for a deeper kind of power, one that does not come from fear, but from trust? There is great wisdom in learning when to act and when to release. There is great freedom in knowing that not everything must be solved by force. Some things are not meant to be chased. Some things are meant to be received. Some doors do not open because you keep knocking harder. Some doors open because you stop knocking on the wrong ones and let life guide you to the right one. There is a kind of grace that only enters when the heart stops demanding and starts allowing. There is a kind of healing that only begins when the mind stops trying to control what the soul already understands. The universe does not need your panic in order to work on your behalf. It does not need your fear to arrange what belongs in your life. It does not need your endless effort to know how to guide you. It has always known how to move the stars. It has always known how to lift the sun each morning. It has always known how to bring spring after winter, light after darkness, healing after pain. And if life can do all of that without your control, perhaps it can also handle the things that are weighing on your heart right now. There is comfort in that truth. You do not need to know how every part of your future will unfold. You do not need to fix every broken piece tonight. You do not need to answer every question before the next sunrise. You only need to become willing to trust that there is a path. Even when you cannot see all of it, you only need to become willing to believe that the same life that has carried you this far can carry you one step more, and then another, and then another. That is how trust grows, not all at once, but gently, one breath at a time. Right now, there may be something in your life that feels stuck. There may be something you have been trying so hard to change, fix, hold together, or understand. It may be a dream that feels delayed, It may be a burden that feels too heavy. It may be a question that keeps circling in your mind. And maybe you have reached the point where you are tired of trying to force what will not move. If so, this moment is for you. This is your reminder that there is peace in release. There is wisdom in stepping back. There is strength in saying, I do not need to control this in order to be safe. Let those words land gently inside you. I do not need to control this in order to be safe. There is healing in that thought. There is space in that thought. There is a soft kind of freedom in that thought, because the need to control often comes from fear, and fear always speaks as if danger is everywhere. Fear says you must hold tighter. Fear says you must think more. Fear says you must prepare for every possible pain. But trust speaks differently. Trust says breathe. Trust says there is help for you. Trust says life is still moving even when you cannot see it. Trust says what is me, and for you can find you. The miracle is not always in getting everything you want right away. Sometimes the miracle is becoming calm enough to receive what is truly right for you. Sometimes the miracle is finally putting down the burden you were never meant to carry. Sometimes the miracle is no longer fighting the present moment. Sometimes the miracle is feeling peace before the answer comes. That is real power. That is real spiritual strength. Not forcing life to bend to your fear, but allowing your heart to open to a greater wisdom than fear has ever known. There is a deep peace that comes when you stop asking, how can I control this? And begin asking, how can I trust this? One question tightens the body, the other relaxes the soul. One keeps you trapped in endless struggle, the other opens a door to grace. And that grace may not always come in the form you expected, but it will come in the form you need. It may arrive as patience. It may arrive as a delay that protects you. It may arrive as a clear ending that makes space for a better beginning. It may arrive as quiet inner peace while the outer picture is still changing, but it will come. You may not realize how much energy is being drained by your need to control everything. It is tiring to always be on guard. It is tiring to feel like the whole world rests on your shoulders. It is tiring to believe that if you stop managing every detail, life will collapse. No wonder the heart feels heavy. No wonder the mind feels loud. No wonder the body feels tired. Control asks too much of you. It asks you to play a role that was never yours. It asks you to be certain in a world where growth often happens through mystery. It asks you to trust fear more than you trust life. But today can be different. Today can be the day you loosen your grip, even a little. Today can be the day you stop treating peace like something you must earn after all problems are solved. Peace can begin now. Peace can begin before the answer comes. Peace can begin before the door opens. Peace can begin while you are still waiting, because peace is not the reward for perfect conditions. Peace is the choice to let the universe lead even before the full path is clear. Imagine what it would feel like to live that way, Imagine waking up without the need to fight the day before it even begins. Imagine meeting uncertainty without panic. Imagine feeling that life is with you, not against you. Imagine being able to breathe deeply even when you do not have every answer. Imagine the softness that would return to your voice, the kindness that would return to your thoughts, the stillness that would return to your heart. This is not far away from you. It begins the moment you stop trying to control the whole journey and let yourself trust the next step. There is no shame in being tired of carrying too much. There is no shame in admitting that control has not brought you the peace Aceit promised. There is no shame in realizing that fear has been driving more of your life than you want it to. That honesty is not weakness. It is the beginning of freedom. Because once you see clearly what has been exhausting you, you can choose a new way. You can choose softness over strain. You can choose trust over panic. You can choose to let go of what is not yours and allow life to do what it already knows how to do. And maybe this is the moment your heart has been waiting for. Not a moment of more effort, but a moment of release. Not a moment of trying harder, but a moment of opening wider. Not a moment of taking charge of everything, but a moment of saying, I am ready to be led. I am ready to stop forcing. I am ready to let miracles find me. Those words hold more power than you may know, because the moment you become willing to get out of the way, life begins to move in ways you could not create through force. So breathe again, slowly and gently. Let the breath remind you that life already knows how to move through you. You are not making the breath happen by fear. You are receiving it. You are allowing it. That same truth can guide the rest of your life. You do not have to make everything happen by struggle. Some of the best things in life come through openness, through trust, through surrender, through a heart that no longer needs to wrestle every answer into place. That is where this journey begins, not in pressure, but in release, not in fear, but in trust, not in control, but in the quiet miracle of getting out of the way. To let the universe lead does not mean you stop caring about your life. It does not mean you sit back and do nothing. It does not mean you become careless, passive, or disconnected. It means something much deeper and much wiser. It means you stop trying to control what is beyond your reach and begin to work with life instead of against it. It means you do what is yours to do with a clear heart, and then you release what was never yours to force. It means you trust that there is a greater order moving through things, even when you cannot yet see the shape of it. Many people confuse control with strength. They think that if they are always planning, always watching, always pushing, always worrying, then they are being responsible. But control is often just fear dressed up to look wise. It sounds serious, it sounds careful, it sounds strong. But underneath it is the belief that life cannot be trusted, that goodness cannot arrive unless you drag it toward you, that safety depends on your constant tension. That is not peace, that is not freedom, that is not the kind of strength that heals the soul. Real strength is softer than that. Real strength knows how to breathe. Real strength knows how to trust. Real strength knows when to let go. When you let the universe lead, you are not giving away your power. You are using your power in a higher way. You are choosing faith over fear. You are choosing peace over pressure. You are choosing alignment over force. You are saying, I will show up for my life, but I will not try to control every turn in the road. I will take the step that is mine to take, but I will not demand to see the whole map before I begin. I will trust that the same life that planted the dream in my heart also knows how to guide me toward it. There is a big difference between leading from fear and living from trust. Fear says, if I do not control this, everything will go wrong. Trust says, even if I do not understand everything yet, life is still working. Fear says, I must know now. Trust says, I can wait in peace. Fear says, I have to make it happen alone. Trust says, I am supported in ways I cannot always see. Fear tightens your body, speeds your thoughts, and fills your days with pressure. Trust opens your breath, softens your heart, and allows wisdom to rise. That is why letting the universe lead brings such deep peace. It moves you out of struggle and back into your natural state. Your natural state is not panic. Your natural state is not constant inner pressure. Your natural state is not living like every unanswered question is a threat. Your natural state is peace. Your natural state is openness. Your natural state is connection with life. You may have forgotten that because the world teaches so much striving, it teaches endless proving. It teaches rushing, comparing, holding, fearing, and forcing. But deep within you, beneath all that noise, there is a quieter truth. You were made to live in trust. You were made to receive guidance. You were made to walk with life, not battle it every day. Letting the universe lead begins with a simple inner shift. Instead of asking, how can I control every outcome? You ask, what is life trying to show me here? Instead of saying, why is this not happening on my schedule? You ask, what if there is a better timing than the one I imagined? Instead of saying, I must force this to work, you ask, does this feel aligned, peaceful, and true? Those questions change everything. They move you from pressure to awareness. They move you from fear to wisdom. They help you stop running after what is not for you and become open to what truly belongs to you. Sometimes people think that if they trust life, they will lose direction. But the opposite is often true. When you stop forcing, you hear more clearly. When you stop panicking, your inner voice becomes easier to recognize. When you stop chasing every shiny thing, you become more aware of what is deeply right for you. Force creates noise. Trust creates clarity. This is why so many answers come when you finally relax. This is why ideas appear in quiet moments. This is why peace often shows you more than pressure ever could. The universe can guide an open heart much more easily than a fearful and clenched one. There is a rhythm to life, que decir. Air is a natural movement in everything. The tide comes in and goes out. The day opens into light and then softens into night. Seeds do not become trees in an afternoon. Healing does not always happen in a straight line. Growth has seasons. Rest has purpose. Waiting has wisdom. But control does not like rhythm. Control wants everything now. Control wants certainty before trust. Control wants answers before stillness. Yet life keeps teaching the same lesson again and again. What is real unfolds in its own time. What is forced rarely lasts. What is aligned comes with a different feeling. It comes with peace. That peaceful feeling matters more than many people realize. The mind may tell you that struggle is proof of importance, but the soul knows that truth often arrives with a quiet sense of rightness. When something belongs in your life, there may still be effort, but there is not the same desperate strain. There is movement without panic. There is action without fear eating you alive. There is a deeper sense that you are working with life, not against a locked door. Letting the universe lead helps you feel the difference between what you are trying to force and what is truly unfolding. One of the hardest things for many hearts to accept is that not every closed door is a loss. Some closed doors are protection. Some delays are mercy. Some endings are guidance. Some things leave not because life has forgotten you, but because life is clearing space. When you insist on controlling everything, you may spend your energy trying to keep alive what is already complete. You may call something rejection when it is actually redirection. You may call something failure when it is really preparation for something better suited to your path. The universe sees more than your fear can see. That is why trust is so powerful. Letting the universe lead means allowing a bigger wisdom to shape the path. It means believing that the answer is not always in more effort. Sometimes the answer is in more listening. Sometimes the answer is in releasing the need to rush. Sometimes the answer is in accepting what is ending and becoming available to what is beginning. The mind may call that surrender and think it sounds weak, but surrender is often the doorway to your greatest peace. It is not quitting on life, it is quitting the battle with life. And once that battle ends, so much energy is freed for healing, insight, and joy. When you stop trying to control every detail, your relationship with uncertainty begins to change. Uncertainty no longer feels like a punishment. It becomes a space where trust can grow. It becomes a sacred pause where life is still moving, even if you cannot yet see the result. Not knowing everything stops feeling like danger and starts feeling like an invitation to breathe more deeply, an invitation to stay present, an invitation to rest in the truth that guidance is still available even in the unknown. In fact, many of the most meaningful changes in life begin in that very place. You do not need to know the full future to take the next right step. You do not need to solve next year tonight. You do not need to understand every reason for every delay in order to live with peace now. This moment is enough. This breath is enough. This one step is enough. When you let the universe lead, you stop demanding answers for all of tomorrow and begin honoring what is being asked of you today. Maybe today is for resting. Maybe today is for forgiving. Maybe today is for saying no to what drains you. Maybe today is for trusting without proof. That is enough. Life unfolds through moments, not through panic. It is so important to understand that leading your life through trust does not make you weak. It makes you available. Available to the right opportunity, available to guidance that could not be heard in noise, available to peace that could not enter a crowded mind, available to love, to healing, to wisdom, to the kind of miracle that arrives when there is finally room for it. Many people want blessings, but not everyone knows how to make space for them. They want answers while filling every quiet moment with fear. They want peace while feeding control all day long. But blessings need room. Peace needs room. Miracles need room. Letting the universe lead is how you create that room. There is also deep freedom in no longer trying to earn everything through struggle. Not every good thing has to be fought for. Not every answer has to be pulled from life through stress. Some things come because you are finally open enough to receive them. Some things come because you stop saying no with your fear. Some things come because you relaxed into alignment. This can feel strange at first, especially if you have lived a long time believing that only struggle is honest and only pressure is productive. But there is a higher way. There is a way of peaceful action, peaceful trust, peaceful receiving. The universe responds beautifully to that kind of openness. If you listen closely, your own life has probably already shown you this truth. There have likely been times when your pushing got you nowhere and your releasing changed everything. Times when overthinking left you confused, but stillness brought clarity. Times when fear made the road feel dark, but trust revealed one small light at a time. These are not accidents. They are reminders. They are lessons written gently into your path. They are life showing you that it can lead if you let it. They are life showing you that not everything needs to be figured out in the mind. Some things need to be felt in the heart. The heart understands things the fearful mind cannot. The heart knows when something feels forced. The heart knows when something is complete. The heart knows the sound of truth, even when the details are still unclear. But you can only hear that wisdom when you become quiet enough inside. This is why letting the universe lead is not only about the outer path, it is also about the inner state. It is about becoming calm enough to hear what your deeper self has been trying to say. It is about trusting peace as guidance. It is about letting the calm voice inside you matter more than the loud voice of fear. You do not have to force your life into a shape that is not right for you. You do not have to chase every chance because you are afraid nothing else will come. You do not have to keep carrying what has become too heavy just because you have carried it for a long time. Letting the universe lead means you begin to believe there is enough for you, enough love, enough time, enough guidance, enough grace, enough good. It means you stop acting like life is a small and fearful place and begin to remember that you live in a universe full of intelligence, timing, and care. That does not mean every moment will be easy. Trust is not the promise of a life with no challenges. It is the promise that challenges do not have to take your peace. It is the promise that even in hard seasons, you are not abandoned. It is the promise that you are being led through what you do not yet understand. It is the promise that life is still with you, even when the road bends. Sometimes letting the universe lead looks like taking brave action. Sometimes it looks like waiting. Sometimes it looks like releasing a plan that no longer feels true. Sometimes it looks like simply staying calm while the next piece comes into place. What matters is the inner place from which you live. Are you moving from fear or from trust? Are you forcing or allowing? Are you trying to control what is not yours? Or are you staying faithful to what is? These questions can gently guide your whole life, because the more you practice letting the universe lead, the more natural it begins to feel. What first felt risky begins to feel peaceful. What first felt uncertain begins to feel guided. What first felt like giving up begins to feel like coming home to a deeper wisdom. Coming home to that wisdom changes the way you walk through the day. You no longer rush every answer. You no longer chase every sign. You no longer make every delay mean something is wrong with you. You become steadier, softer, more open. You notice beauty more easily. You take the next step with greater calm. You no longer waste so much life in fear of what has not happened yet. You begin to live where life is actually happening, here, now, in this moment. That is one of the greatest gifts of letting the universe lead. It brings you back to the present, and the present is where peace lives. So if your heart has been tired, if your mind has been racing, if your spirit has been carrying too much, let this truth settle into you gently. You do not have to lead your life through fear anymore. You do not have to force every answer. You do not have to grip every outcome. You can be guided. You can be supported. You can take your hands off what was never yours to control and let a wiser love lead you forward. That is not carelessness. That is alignment. That is not weakness. That is spiritual maturity. That is how miracles begin to find you, not when you finally control everything, but when you make room for grace to move. It can be hard to believe that everything is happening for a reason when life feels confusing. It can be hard to trust a bigger plan when the path in front of you does not look like the one you hoped for. When something ends suddenly, when a door closes, when a prayer seems unanswered, when the waiting stretches on longer than you thought it would, the mind quickly begins to ask painful questions. Why is this happening? What did I do wrong? Why is life not moving the way I wanted? Why does it feel like I am being left behind? These questions are deeply human, and they often rise when the heart is hurting. But there is another truth beneath them, a gentler and wiser truth. Life may be doing more for you than you can see right now. From where you stand today, you may only see pieces. You may see a delay and call it a problem. You may see an ending and call it failure. You may see a closed door and call it rejection. But life sees the whole picture, not just the small part visible to you in this moment. Life sees what is forming beyond the bend in the road. Life sees what you are being prepared for. Life sees what must leave so something better can arrive. Life sees what your fearful mind cannot yet understand. This is why trust matters so much, because if you only believe what you can see right now, you may miss the hidden good already unfolding. Think of a great woven cloth seen from the back side. From that view, the threads can look messy. Colors cross in ways that seem strange. Knots appear. Lines do not seem to match. Nothing looks finished. Nothing looks beautiful yet. If you judged the whole work from that angle, you might say it makes no sense. But turn it around, and suddenly you see a pattern. Suddenly the colors belong together. Suddenly the strange crossing of threads forms a beautiful image. Life is often like that, from close up, from inside the hard moment. It can look tangled, but that does not mean there is no design. It may only mean you are too near the thread to see the full picture. So much suffering comes from believing that the current moment is the whole story. But this moment is not the whole story. This chapter is not the whole story. This waiting season is not the whole story. Life is still writing. Life is still arranging. Life is still moving pieces into place. Just because you do not understand something now does not mean it will never make sense. Just because your path has taken a turn does not mean you are lost. Just because something has fallen apart does not mean your life is broken. Sometimes things fall apart because a decaying per order is trying to form. There are times when what feels like loss is actually clearing. There are times when what feels like silence is actually preparation. There are times when what feels like delay is protection. You may not know this right away. In fact, you often do not know it until much later. Only later do you look back and see that what you once called a setback was guiding you away from what would not have helped you. Only later do you see that what left your life created space for what truly matched your spirit. Only later do you understand that the door that would not open saved you from walking into something too small, too painful, or simply not meant for you. This does not mean that every hard moment feels easy to accept. Pain is real. Disappointment is real. Grief is real. Waiting can feel long. Confusion can feel heavy. But meaning can still exist inside those moments. Purpose can still be present. Something good can still be forming, even while you are still learning how to breathe through the unknown. Trusting that everything is happening for a reason does not ask you to deny what hurts. It asks you to hold your pain in a larger space. It asks you to believe that your pain is not pointless. It asks you to believe that even this can be part of your becoming. What if the thing that did not work out was never the best thing for you? What if the answer that did not come right away was being shaped into something greater than what you first asked for? What if the waiting is not empty at all, but full of unseen movement? What if the silence is not absence, but a holy pause. These questions open the heart. They loosen the grip of fear. They make space for another possibility. That life is not punishing you, but preparing you. That life is not ignoring your prayers, but answering them in a way larger than your first idea. That life is not working against you, but through every part of your experience to guide you home to yourself. Sometimes the mind wants immediate proof before it will trust. It says, show me the plan and then I will relax. Show me the ending and then I will believe. Show me exactly why this happened and then I will have peace. But life rarely works that way. Often the peace comes first. Often trust must come before understanding. Often you are invited to rest in the mystery long before the meaning becomes clear. This can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you are used to finding safety in certainty. But there is a deeper kind of safety available to you now. The safety of knowing that even when you do not understand, life still knows. There is something beautiful that happens when you stop fighting what already is. You begin to save your energy. You begin to soften inside. You stop spending all your strength arguing with the present moment. Acceptance does not mean you love every part of what is happening. It does not mean you stop caring or wanting change. It simply means you stop saying, this should not be happening, and begin saying, this is what is here now, and I trust that good can still come from it. That shift is powerful. It turns suffering into a doorway. It turns resistance into openness. It turns panic into peace. Many blessings begin with acceptance, not because acceptance makes everything pleasant, but because acceptance lets you work with life instead of against it. As long as you are fighting reality, you are not free to hear what it is teaching you. As long as you are saying no to the lesson, you are closed to the wisdom inside it. But when you accept that this is the season you are in, something changes. The heart opens, the mind quiets. You become able to ask, what is this showing me? What is growing in me here? What is life clearing, shaping, or healing through this experience? These are questions of trust, and they open the door to peace. There are endings that do not make sense when they happen. There are changes that feel unfair. There are delays that feel painful. But not every ending is a loss. Sometimes an ending is the moment a false path falls away. Sometimes it is the moment your life stops settling for what was not right. Sometimes it is the moment the old shell breaks, so new life can emerge. That is why some of the most meaningful growth begins in the very places you once asked to escape. Not because pain is good, but because life is wise enough to use every part of your path for your transformation. Think of how often a season of waiting has shaped you in ways rushing never could. Waiting teaches patience. Waiting reveals what truly matters. Waiting shows you what fears still live in the heart. Waiting strengthens trust. Waiting humbles the mind and opens the spirit. None of that feels easy while you are in it, but it can be deeply holy. There are things the soul learns in quiet seasons that it could never learn in constant motion. There are gifts that only come when you stop running. Sometimes life slows you down because your spirit needs space to hear again. Maybe there is something right now that feels unfinished, unclear, or late. Maybe you are wondering why it has not happened yet. Maybe you are carrying disappointment about the way things have unfolded. If so, let this truth hold you gently. Just because it has not happened the way you thought it would does not mean life has forgotten you. Just because the road is different does not mean it is wrong. Just because you cannot yet see the purpose does not mean there is none. Things may be coming together beneath the surface in ways you cannot yet measure. Roots grow in darkness before anything breaks through the ground. That image matters. Roots grow where no one can see them. They grow quietly. They grow slowly. They build strength in hidden places. And only later does the growth appear above the surface. Your life may be like that right now. Something important may be forming in silence. Strength may be growing where no one sees it. Wisdom may be taking root in the dark. Healing may be moving through old pain in ways not yet visible from the outside. Do not judge your whole life by what has not yet bloomed. Honor the hidden work too. It matters more than you know. Trusting that everything is happening for a reason helps you stop making hard moments mean that you are failing. It helps you stop taking every delay as a personal rejection. It helps you stop believing that your worth depends on how quickly things happen. Your worth is not measured by your timing. Your worth is not measured by how smooth your path looks. Your worth is not measured by how quickly life answers every prayer. You are worthy in the waiting. You are worthy in the questions. You are worthy in the middle of becoming. Life is not withholding your value until the right moment arrives. Your value is already here. Sometimes the reason something is taking time is because you are growing into the person who can hold it well. Sometimes the blessing itself is ready, but your heart is still learning peace. Sometimes the opportunity is there, but your spirit is still being strengthened so you can meet it with wisdom, not fear. Sometimes the delay is love. Sometimes the pause is care. Sometimes the season that feels empty is making room for fullness. This is why comparing your timing to someone else's path brings so much pain. Your life has its own rhythm. Your unfolding has its own wisdom. Your journey cannot be rushed without losing something precious. When you deeply trust that everything is happening for a reason, you no longer need to read every challenge as a sign that something is wrong. You begin to ask better questions. Instead of saying, "Why is this against me?" you ask, "How is this shaping me?" Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "What is this inviting me to learn, release, or trust?" These questions do not make the hard moment disappear, but they bring dignity to your journey. They remind you that you are not helpless in the face of life. You are growing through it. You are becoming through it. You are being formed by it in ways that may one day make deep sense. There will come a time, perhaps sooner than you think, when you look back on something that once hurt deeply and see it with new eyes. You will see how it redirected you. You will see how it humbled you, softened you, or awakened you. You will see how it made room for a better chapter. You will see how what felt like an ending was actually a turning point. You may even find yourself whispering, "Now I understand. Now I see why it happened that way. Now I see that life was not falling apart. It was quietly falling into place." Until that clarity comes, you do not have to force yourself to understand everything. You only have to practice trust. You only have to let the heart stay open. You only have to remind yourself that life is doing more than your fear can see. You only have to keep taking the next honest step. Maybe that step is resting. Maybe it is forgiving. Maybe it is releasing the need for immediate answers. Maybe it is choosing peace today without waiting for proof. All of that matters. All of that is part of walking with faith. So let your heart breathe a little easier. Let your thoughts soften. Let the pressure to understand every detail begin to fall away. You are not required to know the whole design in order to trust that there is one. You are not required to explain every twist in the road in order to believe that it can still lead somewhere beautiful. Life is bigger than this moment. Life is wiser than your fear. And even now, in ways seen and unseen, it may be weaving something meaningful out of every thread. Hold that truth close when the path feels uncertain. Hold it close when plans change. Hold it close when you feel tempted to think that all is lost. Not all is lost. Something may still be taking shape. Something may still be aligning. Something may still be healing beneath the surface. Everything may not make sense yet, but that does not mean everything is meaningless. There is a reason. There is a rhythm. There is a deeper order at work. And the more you trust that, the more peace you bring to the very season that once felt impossible to bear. Let this become a quiet knowing in you. Even here, even now, life is not finished with me. Even here, even now, something good can still come. Even here, even now, there is meaning I cannot yet see. Those words can steady a heart. Those words can hold you when answers have not yet arrived. Those words can remind you that you are living inside a story still unfolding. And because it is still unfolding, grace can still enter, healing can still happen, and miracles can still rise from places that once looked like endings. One of the hardest things for the human heart is waiting. Waiting can feel quiet on the outside, but heavy on the inside. You may smile through the day, do what needs to be done, and still carry that question deep in your heart. When will it happen? When will the answer come? When will the change appear? When will the door open? When will life move? There is something about waiting that brings all your hidden fears to the surface. It can make you wonder if you have been forgotten. It can make you question your path. It can make you think that because something has not happened yet, maybe it never will. But that is not always the truth. Very often, what feels like delay is divine timing, working quietly behind the scenes. Divine timing is not punishment. It is not life trying to keep good things from you. It is not proof that you have failed. It is not a sign that you are not worthy. Divine timing is the perfect meeting point between your readiness, the right conditions, and the deeper wisdom of life. It is the moment when what is meant for you can arrive in a way that truly serves your highest good. This is why some things take time, not because life is cruel, but because life is careful, not because you are being denied, but because you are being prepared, not because the blessing is lost, but because the moment is still forming. The mind often wants things on its own schedule. It says, if I want this now, then now must be the right time. If I have prayed for it, worked for it, hoped for it, then surely it should already be here. But life does not move by pressure. Life moves by alignment. And alignment cannot always be rushed. A flower does not bloom because you stare at it with worry. A seed does not grow faster because you keep digging it up to check if it is ready. A sunrise does not come sooner because you are tired of the dark. Everything in life has its own moment, its own rhythm, its own season, and so do the answers, the openings, and the miracles that belong to you. Sometimes the reason something has not happened yet is because it is still becoming what it needs to be. Sometimes the opportunity is not fully ready. Sometimes the path ahead is still being cleared. Sometimes there are pieces moving that you cannot see. Sometimes another part of your life needs to come into place first. And sometimes, very often, you are still growing into the person who can carry that blessing with peace instead of fear. If the answer came too soon, you might meet it with panic, with doubt, with old pain that has not yet healed. But when divine timing is at work, life is not only bringing the blessing closer, it is also making sure your heart is ready to receive it in a healthy way. This is why timing matters so much. The right thing at the wrong time can still feel painful. A good opportunity before you are ready can still create confusion. A deep answer before you have grown enough to understand it can still feel like too much. But when life brings something in its proper season, there is a different feeling around it. There is more peace. There is more stability. There is more clarity. Even if there is still movement and change, there is a sense that the moment fits. This is the gift of divine timing. It does not only bring you what is meant for you, it brings it in a way that can truly bless you. Many hearts suffer because they keep calling the season of preparation a season of failure. They do not see what is happening in the quiet. They only notice what has not arrived yet. They only count what still seems missing. But life does not always do its most important work in public. Some of its deepest work happens in hidden places. It happens in your patience. It happens in your healing. It happens in the lessons you are learning while you wait. It happens in the strength you are building when you choose not to give up. It happens in the softening of your fear and the growing of your trust. None of that is wasted time. None of that is empty. That is part of the answer too. It may not feel exciting to hear that timing matters. The mind wants quick results. The heart wants relief. The body wants peace now. And yet, there is so much freedom in understanding that the delay is not always a bad sign. Sometimes it is life saying, "Not yet," because I am still arranging something better than what you can see. Sometimes it is life saying, Stay here a little longer, because there is still something important growing in you. Sometimes it is life saying, the road is not clear yet, and I love you too much to rush you into the wrong moment. If you can hear delay in that way, with softer ears and a more trusting heart, then waiting becomes less painful. It becomes part of the sacred process. Think about how often people believe they are behind simply because their life does not look like someone else's timeline. They see another person reaching something sooner, finding something earlier, moving through life in a way that seems faster, and they begin to feel that something is wrong with them. But your timing is not supposed to match another person's path. Your journey has its own wisdom. Your growth has its own pace. Your life has its own design. A thing that comes early for one person may come later for another. And later does not mean less. Later does not mean forgotten. Later does not mean wrong. Later may mean wiser. Later may mean deeper. Later may mean you are being shaped for something richer than you first imagined. There is a quiet kind of suffering that comes from believing you have missed your moment. It can weigh heavily on the heart. It can make you feel left out of life. It can make you question whether good things still belong to you. But divine timing reminds you that what is truly meant for you cannot pass you by. It may come in a different form than you expected. It may come by a different road. It may arrive after many things have changed inside you. But if it is truly yours, it is not lost. You do not have to run after what truly belongs to your path. What belongs to you will meet you in the right season, at the right depth, in the right way. This is not a call to do nothing. It is not a call to stop caring or stop living. Divine timing does not mean sitting in fear and waiting for life to rescue you. It means living fully in the season you are in, while trusting that the next season will come when it is ready. It means doing what is yours to do today and releasing the rest. It means watering the soil without shouting at the seed. It means preparing your heart without forcing the harvest. It means trusting. That unseen movement is still movement. It means letting life breathe. It means letting yourself breathe too. There are times when the waiting itself teaches you something you could not learn any other way. It teaches you how to sit with yourself. It teaches you where your fear still speaks loudly. It teaches you whether your hope depends only on outer results or whether it can stay alive in the unknown. Waiting reveals what is living inside you. It shows you where you still believe you are unsafe without immediate answers. It shows you where you still think your worth depends on outer proof. And because it reveals these places, it also gives you the chance to heal them. In this way, waiting is not just about time passing. It is about truth rising. You may be in a season right now where you feel stretched by waiting. You may be tired of hoping. You may be tired of staying patient. You may be tired of telling yourself to trust while your heart still aches for movement. If so, be gentle with yourself. Trust does not mean you never feel tired. Faith does not mean you never feel the weight of longing. You are allowed to want what you want. You are allowed to feel the ache of delay, but do not let that ache become proof that life is against you. Do not let longing become a lie that says your good will never come. Let longing remain tender. Let it remain open. Let it become a prayer, not a prison. There is something powerful that happens when you stop asking, "Why is this taking so long?" and begin asking, "What is being prepared in this time?" That one change softens the whole inner atmosphere. It turns complaint into curiosity. It turns fear into trust. It moves you from feeling shut out to feeling included in something sacred. Maybe this time is preparing your heart to receive with more wisdom. Maybe this time is closing a door you would have outgrown later. Maybe this time is making room for a better form of what you asked for. Maybe this time is teaching you to rest in God, in life, in the unseen goodness that works beyond the limits of your schedule. Divine timing often becomes clear only in hindsight. In the moment, you may not understand why something took the route it did. In the moment, the twists and pauses may feel unnecessary. But later, you look back and see how each piece mattered. You see how the delay protected you. You see how the waiting changed you. You see how the thing you thought you wanted was not quite right, and how life was lovingly leading you towards something deeper. You see how what looked like slowness was actually careful wisdom, and when you see it, you stop calling it delay, you call it grace. That is why peace is so important in the waiting season. Peace does not make the answer come faster, but it changes how you carry the time until it does. Peace helps you stay open. Peace helps you stay soft. Peace protects you from becoming bitter while life is still unfolding. Peace lets you live this day instead of living only for the day when everything changes, because if you are not careful, the mind will spend the whole present moment trying to push the future closer, and in doing that, it misses the life, the healing, and the quiet beauty available right now. There is beauty in a season that has not fully bloomed yet. There is beauty in becoming. There is beauty in the middle. There is beauty even in unfinished things, not because uncertainty is always comfortable, but because life is still present there. Life is still active there. The same love that will hold you when the answer comes is holding you now while you wait for it. The same wisdom that will guide you in the next chapter is guiding you in this one too. The next chapter is not more loved than this chapter. This moment is not less sacred because it is still incomplete. So breathe into that truth. You are not being punished by time. You are being carried through it. You are not being ignored by life. You are being shaped by it. You are not lost in the delay. You are growing in it. Even now, behind what seems still, there may be movement. Behind what feels silent, there may be arrangement. Behind what feels late, there may be perfect care at work. Divine timing is not empty. It is full of intelligence, full of hidden kindness, full of things your eyes cannot yet measure. If your heart feels tired from waiting, let it rest in this thought. What is meant for me is not rushing past me. What is meant for me is finding its way in the right time. Let those words settle into the places that have been holding fear. Let them quiet the part of you that thinks every delay means danger. Let them soothe the part of you that feels left behind. There is still time. There is still goodness. There is still a path. You are not outside of it. You are inside it, even now. And if you cannot fully believe that yet, that is all right. Start smaller. Start with this. Maybe there is more happening than I can see. Maybe this pause has purpose. Maybe I am not being denied. Maybe I am being prepared. Maybe life is not late. Maybe life is careful. Sometimes faith begins with a whisper, not a shout. Sometimes peace begins with a small opening, not a complete answer. Let that small opening be enough for today. Let it remind you that not everything has to move quickly to be real. Some of the truest things in life grow slowly and still arrive right on time. There comes a point in every life when trying harder no longer brings peace. You push, you plan, you think, you worry, you try to make all the pieces fit, and instead of feeling closer to the answer, you feel more tired. The more you force, the heavier everything becomes. The mind grows louder, the body grows tighter. The heart grows restless. It is in that moment that a deeper truth begins to whisper. Maybe the way forward is not more control. Maybe the way forward is letting go. Maybe the door opens not when you push harder, but when you stop blocking it with fear. Control often feels useful at first. It gives the mind something to do. It creates the feeling that you are taking charge, protecting yourself, managing life, but very quickly, control becomes its own burden. It asks you to carry more than any heart was meant to carry. It tells you that you must know how everything will happen. It tells you that you must prevent every disappointment. It tells you that if you relax, you will lose everything. But this is the voice of fear, not wisdom. Wisdom knows that not everything can be controlled. Wisdom knows that some things must be trusted. Wisdom knows that peace begins when you stop trying to be the ruler of every outcome. There is a kind of pain that comes from holding on too tightly. You can feel it in the body. The jaw tightens, the shoulders rise, the breath becomes shallow, the chest feels heavy. The mind circles the same question again and again, hoping that one more thought will finally create certainty. But certainty rarely comes that way. In fact, the harder you try to force peace, the farther peace seems to move away, because peace does not enter through force. It enters through openness. It enters when the body softens, when the breath deepens, when the heart says, I do not have to manage everything in order to be safe. Letting go of control does not mean giving up on your life. It means giving up the inner struggle that has been stealing your peace. It means releasing the belief that fear is the only way to stay prepared. It means trusting that life can hold what you cannot hold alone. It means doing what is yours to do and surrendering what is not. There is great freedom in that. There is freedom in realizing that you do not have to chase what truly belongs to you. There is freedom in realizing that answers forced by panic are rarely the answers that bring lasting peace. So many people think miracles come through pressure. They think if they worry enough, plan enough, and never stop pushing, then life will finally reward them. But miracles often come in the opposite way. They come when the pressure softens. They come when the mind is no longer shouting over every possibility. They come when there is finally room for grace to enter. A clenched hand cannot receive much, an open hand can. This is why letting go matters so deeply. It creates space, it opens the door, it tells life, I am no longer trying to control every path. I am ready to receive what is truly mine. There is something deeply healing about release, not the kind of release that comes from hopelessness, but the kind that comes from trust, the kind that says, I have done what I can, and now I let life do what it does best, the kind that says, I no longer need to force this to feel safe, the kind that says, if this is meant for me, it will come in the right way. That release changes your whole energy. You stop fighting the current. You stop exhausting yourself trying to move what is not ready. You stop mistaking strain for progress. And in that softer place, life begins to move again. Think of water held in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. But if you cup your hands gently, the water stays. So much of life is like that. Love cannot be forced into permanence through fear. Peace cannot be demanded into existence through pressure. Timing cannot be bullied into changing. Healing cannot always be rushed. The harder you squeeze, the less natural flow remains. But when you open your hands, when you soften your grip, when you trust what is real to stay and what is false to fall away, you begin to live with a different kind of peace. This is why letting go of control is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is the wisdom of recognizing what fear has been doing to your heart. It is the wisdom of seeing that constant tension has not brought the peace it promised. It is the wisdom of stepping out of the way so life can show you what comes next. Many times the thing you have been trying so hard to force begins to move only after you stop chasing it. The answer becomes clear only after you stop demanding it. The right door appears only after you stop pounding on the wrong one. This is not failure. This is alignment. There are moments when life asks you to act, and there are moments when life asks you to release. It takes inner honesty to know the difference. Sometimes action is needed. Sometimes courage means moving forward. But sometimes courage means stopping the struggle. Sometimes courage means stepping back from the closed door. Sometimes courage means admitting that you are exhausted from trying to make something happen that no longer feels peaceful. Sometimes courage means saying, I trust that what is meant for me does not need to be forced. What a powerful truth that is. What is meant for you does not need to be forced. It may still require effort, but not fear. It may still require faithfulness, but not panic. It may still require patience, but not control. There is a different feeling when something belongs on your path. There is less desperation. There is more calm. Even when there are questions, there is not the same deep inner fight. When you let go of control, you begin to notice this difference. You begin to feel what is aligned and what is only being held together by fear. Control also keeps many people trapped in old pain. They stay attached to what has already ended because they are afraid of the unknown. They keep trying to fix what life is already moving away from because they believe letting go means losing. But sometimes letting go is the very thing that allows healing to begin. Sometimes release is the doorway through which your new life enters. Sometimes the thing you thought you were losing was only blocking what you were about to receive. The fear of letting go can be so strong that it hides this truth. But once you begin to trust, the truth becomes easier to see. Nothing truly meant for you can be lost by your choosing peace. That is important to remember. Peace does not drive away what is real. Peace reveals it. Fear may make you hold tighter, but that does not make something more yours. Control may keep you busy, but it does not create true alignment. When something is real, it remains through honesty, through timing, through truth. When something is not real for your path, no amount of fear can keep it in place forever. Letting go simply allows reality to show itself more clearly, and that clarity, though sometimes painful at first, is always kinder than living in constant tension. Many people are standing in front of life with clenched fists, asking why miracles do not arrive. But miracles need an open space. They need willingness. They need softness. They need a heart that is not crowding every corner with fear. They need a mind that is ready to stop controlling and start trusting. This is why getting out of the way matters. It is not about disappearing. It is not about becoming passive. It is about removing the inner block. It is about stepping aside so grace can enter. It is about allowing instead of forcing. If you have been trying to control every part of something in your life, pause for a moment and ask yourself gently, what is this control costing me? Is it costing me sleep? Is it costing me peace? Is it costing me joy in the present moment? Is it costing me trust? Is it costing me the ability to hear the quiet wisdom inside myself? These are important questions because sometimes we keep holding on, not because it brings life, but because fear has made holding on feel normal. Yet normal does not always mean healthy. Familiar does not always mean wise. Sometimes freedom begins when you question what fear taught you to call safety. Letting go often happens little by little. It may not happen all at once. You may release one thought, then another, one fear, then another, one tight habit, then another. That is all right. Surrender can be gentle. It can be a slow opening of the hand, a slow quieting of the mind, a slow deepening of the breath. You do not have to force yourself into surrender either. You only need to become willing to stop worshiping control, willing to make peace more important than panic, willing to believe that life can still move beautifully without your constant fear managing every detail. And when you become willing, something shifts. You begin to feel lighter. The heart has more room. The mind has more quiet. The body feels less like a battlefield. In that softer place, intuition becomes clearer. Rest feels possible again. Simple joys return. You notice small blessings. You hear guidance in places where before there was only noise. This is what control had been stealing from you. It had been stealing your ability to receive, but release rest. Release it. Release opens the window. Release opens the door. So if there is something you have been gripping too tightly, let this be your invitation. You do not need to lose hope. You only need to release fear. You do not need to stop caring. You only need to stop controlling. You do not need to know exactly how everything will unfold. You only need to trust that forcing is not the same as faith. Peace is stronger than panic. Openness is wiser than pressure, and miracles often find their way to the heart that has finally made room for them. Say quietly within yourself, I release the need to control. I trust that what is mine will come in the right way. Let those words settle into the places that have been tired. Let them wash over the part of you that has been trying to hold the whole world together. You do not have to keep living that way. You can step back. You can breathe. You can let the universe lead. And when you do, the door that would not open through force may begin to open through trust. Now imagine life as a great river of light, not a river that rushes in fear, but one that moves with quiet certainty. Its waters are calm, steady, and wise. They do not panic. They do not hesitate. They do not try to prove anything. They simply flow, day after day, night after night. They move forward with a kind of peace that does not need to announce itself. This river has been flowing long before you arrived, and it will keep flowing long after every fear has passed. It knows how to move around stones. It knows how to curve around bends. It knows how to keep going without forcing the path. This is the flow of life. Stand beside that river in your mind for a moment. Notice the light resting on the surface. Notice the gentle sound of water moving. Notice how the air feels soft and open. There is no struggle here. There is no hurry. The river is not confused about where it is going. It does not fight itself. It does not waste energy demanding that every part of the journey look the same. It trusts its own movement. It trusts that each bend is part of the way. It trusts that every stretch, whether narrow or wide, belongs to the same living path. There is wisdom in that. There is something your soul recognizes there. So often, people live as if they are standing in the river trying to push it with their bare hands. They resist the current. They panic at every turn. They believe they must tell the water where to go, but the river does not need their fear to keep flowing. In the same way, life does not need your fear to keep unfolding. It does not need your constant tension to know how to carry you forward. The current already knows what to do. The deeper question is whether you are willing to trust it. Imagine now that in your hands you are holding several heavy stones. One stone is fear. One stone is worry. One stone is the need to know everything before the next step comes. One stone is the habit of trying to control what other people think, what tomorrow might bring, or how every answer must appear. Feel the weight of those stones. Feel how heavy they are. You may have been carrying them for so long that you forgot how much energy they take. You may have come to believe that this weight is normal, but it was never meant to be your permanent burden. Now picture yourself kneeling by the river. One by one, place those stones into the water. Watch them fall from your hands. Watch the surface of the river receive them without fear. Watch the current carry away what you were never meant to hold forever. As each stone leaves your hand, feel the lightness returning to your body. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel your chest open. Feel your breath deepen. Nothing terrible happens when you let go. The world does not collapse. The river does not stop. In fact, the moment you release the burden, you feel closer to peace. This is what surrender feels like inside. It is not dramatic. It is not loud. It is a soft opening. It is the quiet moment when the body stops fighting. It is the gentle awareness that you do not need to grip so tightly anymore. It is the realization that life can carry what you cannot. So many people think surrender means losing power, but in truth, surrender gives your energy back to you. It frees you from the exhausting work of trying to rule every current. It lets you rest in something greater than fear. Now imagine stepping into the river. The water is warm, not cold. It is gentle, not harsh. It does not throw you around. It holds you. It lifts you. It supports your weight without asking you to struggle. You do not need to swim with force. You do not need to control every direction. You do not need to know the full path ahead. The current knows how to carry you. Let your body float. Let yourself be held. Let yourself feel what it is like to stop fighting the movement of life and simply be carried by it. There is such peace in being carried. The mind may still want to ask where the river is going. It may still want to know what is around the next bend. But the body, if it truly relaxes, begins to understand something deeper. It understands that safety does not always come from seeing the full map. Sometimes safety comes from trusting what is holding you now. Sometimes peace comes not from knowing, but from allowing. The river does not ask you to explain the future. It only asks you to trust the flow of this moment. As you float, notice how quiet everything becomes. The thoughts that were so loud begin to fade. The questions that were pressing so hard begin to soften. The need to manage every little thing slowly loses its grip. In its place comes a different feeling, a feeling of being supported, guided, and held by something. Much wiser than fear, this is what many hearts forget. They forget that life is not always something to battle. Often it is something to enter, something to trust, something to move with. The river teaches this without words. It teaches it by the way it flows. The flow of life is not always straight, but it is always alive. There will be turns. There will be places where you cannot see far ahead. There will be stretches that feel quiet and stretches that feel full of movement. But the river keeps going. It does not fear the bend because the bend is still part of the river. In the same way, not every turn in your life is a sign that something is wrong. Some turns are natural. Some changes are part of the path. Some periods of uncertainty are simply the bend in the river, not the end of it. This image can stay with you whenever your mind begins to tighten again, When fear rises and tries to make you feel that you must solve everything right now, return to the river. When you feel pressure building in your chest, return to the river. When control tells you that you cannot rest until all answers appear, return to the river. See its steady light. Hear its soft movement. Remember that life knows how to flow. Remember that you do not have to push the water. Remember that trust is available to you even before clarity comes. There is also beauty in the fact that the river does not move backward in regret. It does not stop and stare at every stone it has passed. It does not hold on to every place it once touched. It keeps flowing. This too is part of the wisdom of life. You were not meant to stay trapped in yesterday. You were not meant to keep picking up old pain and calling it protection. You were not meant to live by staring only at what should have happened differently. Like the river, your soul is meant to move, not in rush, not in panic, but in living movement. The flow carries you forward, not backward. And yet, moving with life does not mean you stop feeling. The river is gentle, but it is not numb. It touches everything it passes. It moves around each stone. It honors the shape of the land without becoming stuck in it. You can live that way too. You can feel deeply without becoming trapped. You can honor pain without letting it define the whole journey. You can notice fear without building a home inside it. The flow of life is strong enough to carry your feelings without drowning in them. That is part of its wisdom too. If you sit with this image long enough, it begins to change something inside you. The body starts to understand calm in a new way. The mind begins to loosen its need to control every turn. The heart remembers that there is support beyond what it can see. This is why simple spiritual images matter. They help truth move from the mind into the whole being. They help peace become something you can feel, not just something you can think about. The river becomes a living reminder that life is not only happening around you, it is flowing through you. There may be moments when you are tempted to climb out of the river and go back to control. You may want to grab for certainty again. You may want to start carrying the stones you already released. Be gentle with yourself when that happens. This is a practice. Trust is a practice. Softness is a practice. Returning is a practice. Each time you notice yourself tightening, you can choose again. Each time fear rises, you can breathe again. Each time control calls your name, you can remember the river and place your heart back into its care. So let this picture stay close to you. Life as a river of light. Life as something that knows how to move. Life as something wise enough to carry what your mind cannot solve in one night. You do not have to force the current. You do not have to command every bend. You do not have to fear every turn. You can float. You can soften. You can trust. And in that trust, you may discover something beautiful. The miracle was not only waiting at the end of the river. The miracle was also in learning how to let yourself be carried. Fear has a way of making everything feel urgent. It tells you that you must figure it all out now. It tells you that if you do not solve every question tonight, something will go wrong tomorrow. It tells you that if you relax, you will fall behind, miss your chance, or lose what matters most. Fear speaks with a loud voice, and because it is loud, many people mistake it for truth. But loud does not mean wise. Urgent does not mean right. Fear may demand your full attention, but it does not deserve to lead your life. So much of inner struggle comes from trying to quiet fear by obeying it. You think that if you plan more, worry more, or prepare more, then fear will finally leave you alone. But fear is never satisfied by control. The more you feed it, the more it asks for. It always wants one more answer, one more sign, one more promise. One more reason to believe that nothing painful will happen. And because life cannot offer that kind of total certainty, fear keeps you trapped in tension. It keeps the mind busy and the heart tired. It keeps you standing at the edge of peace without ever stepping into it. There is another way. Instead of trying to remove all uncertainty before you trust, you can begin to trust in the middle of uncertainty. Instead of waiting for fear to go silent before you move forward, you can learn to hear fear without obeying it. This is not about pretending fear is not there. It is about giving your deepest loyalty to something wiser than fear. It is about remembering that the path does not become safe only when you understand every part of it. The path becomes livable when you stop demanding full control and begin walking with faith. Trusting, too. The path does not mean you never ask questions. It means your questions no longer rule you. It means you no longer believe that every unknown thing is a threat. It means you stop making mystery into danger. Life has always held mystery. The next day has always been unseen before it arrived. The next breath has always come before you could fully control it. The next season has always formed in hidden ways before you could measure it. Mystery is not proof that life is failing you. It is simply part of being alive. And when you stop treating mystery like an enemy, the whole inner world begins to soften. A great deal of fear comes from wanting the whole answer when only the next step is needed. The mind says, "Tell me exactly how this will end, and then I will feel calm." But often life only offers the next step, the next honest step, the next gentle step, the next faithful step. That is enough. A path is not walked all at once. It is walked one step at a time. You do not need tomorrow's strength for today. You do not need next month's clarity for this moment. You need only enough trust to take the step in front of you and let the next one appear when its time comes. This is why releasing fear matters so deeply. Fear pulls you out of the present and makes you live in imagined endings. Trust brings you back to where life is actually happening. Fear fills your body with tension over things that may never happen. Trust helps you stay rooted in what is true now. Fear says, "What if everything goes wrong?" Trust says, "Even if I cannot see it yet, I will be guided." Fear says, "I cannot rest until I know." Trust says, I can rest while I am learning. Fear says, I am alone with this. Trust says, I am supported, even here. There may be fears living in you that have been there for a long time. Fear of not being enough. Fear of being left behind. Fear of being disappointed again. Fear of making the wrong choice. Fear of opening your heart only to feel pain. Fear of letting go and finding nothing there to catch you. These fears are real in the sense that you can feel them, but they are not always true in what they promise. Many of them were learned in pain. Many of them grew from old wounds. Many of them became habits of thought over the years. You do not need to hate them to heal them. You only need to stop giving them the final word. Healing fear begins with kindness, not harshness, not shame, not trying to attack yourself for feeling afraid. The fearful part of you does not need punishment. It needs calm. It needs reassurance. It needs a deeper truth to rest in. You can place your hand on your heart and say softly, I know you are afraid, but you do not have to carry this alone. I know you want certainty, but peace is still possible without it. I know you are trying to protect me, but I choose to trust a greater wisdom now. That kind of inner tenderness changes everything. It helps fear loosen, helps the nervous system breathe. It helps the heart remember safety. Trust is built in moments like these, small moments, quiet moments, moments when you choose not to follow fear into another storm of overthinking, moments when you breathe instead of panic, moments when you let the answer come later and choose peace now, moments when you refuse to make the unknown into disaster before it happens. Every one of those moments strengthens trust. Every one of those moments tells your whole being, we do not have to live in survival all the time. We can live in faith. We can live in openness. We can live in the present. The path ahead may not be fully visible, but that does not mean it is absent. You have likely already lived through many things you once thought you could not survive. You have already been carried through seasons you did not understand. You have already seen life make a way where there seemed to be no way. Maybe not always in the form you expected, but still you were carried. Still you are here. That matters. It is evidence. Not evidence that life will always go the way you prefer, but evidence that life can hold you through what comes. Evidence that support exists even in the unknown. Evidence that the path appears as you walk it. There is a quiet freedom in no longer needing to solve your whole life through fear. There is a gentle power in saying, I release the need to know every turn. I release the need to protect myself with constant worry. I release the belief that fear must guide my choices. I trust that the next step will come. I trust that what I need will meet me. I trust that the path can hold me. These are not empty words. They reshape your inner world. They open space where panic once lived. They invite peace into places that have been tight for too long. Sometimes trusting the path means doing less, not more. Sometimes it means sitting quietly instead of forcing an answer. Sometimes it means waiting until peace returns before making a decision. Sometimes it means saying no to what feels rushed and yes to what feels true. Sometimes it means not running after every fear that appears in your mind. It means honoring the wisdom of calm. It means believing that clarity grows better in stillness than in panic. This is part of spiritual maturity, not acting from every emotion as it rises, but learning to stand still long enough to feel what is real beneath the fear. You do not need to be fearless to trust. You only need to be willing to return to peace when fear tries to carry you away, willing to speak gently to yourself when old worry returns, willing to remember that your life is not being held together by panic, willing to believe that you can be guided one step at a time. This willingness is enough. It opens the door. It changes the direction of your energy. It turns fear from a ruler into a passing voice. And once fear is no longer uling, the heart begins to hear the quiet guidance that was there all along. So if your mind feels tired, if your heart feels heavy, if fear has been making your path seem darker than it is, let this be your invitation to release. Not all at once, perhaps, but gently. Release the need to know everything. Release the habit of making the unknown into danger. Release the pressure to carry tomorrow before it arrives. Release the belief that safety only comes through control. And as you release, trust the path a little more. Trust that life can guide you even here. Trust that peace can return even now. Trust that the next step will become clear when its time comes. The path does not ask you to conquer it. It asks you to walk it with an open heart. There is a difference between wanting good things and being ready to receive them. Many people say they want peace, love, healing, abundance, and joy, but their whole inner world is still filled with strain. Their thoughts are racing, their bodies are tight, their hearts are bracing for disappointment. Their energy is saying, I want good, but I do not feel safe enough to receive it. This is why calm matters so much. Calm is not laziness. Calm is not doing nothing. Calm is the inner condition that makes receiving possible. When the mind is filled with fear, it is like a room crowded with noise. There is no space to hear gentle guidance. There is no space to notice the blessing arriving quietly. There is no space to feel the answer when it enters softly. Fear makes everything loud. It makes the body alert and the thoughts heavy. It teaches you to search for danger before beauty. It teaches you to brace before you open. But blessings often enter in a softer way. They come through peace. They come through stillness. They come when the nervous system is no longer shouting over every signal life is sending. This is why calmness is so powerful. Calmness clears the room. Calmness opens the window. Calmness tells your whole being you do not have to stay in survival mode. You can soften now. You can rest now. You can receive now. Calm does not force anything. it allows. It creates an inner space where healing can land, where love can be felt, where wisdom can be heard. The calmer you become, the more you begin to notice that life has been offering you small gifts all along. They were there, but fear made them hard to see. Many people believe they must stay tense in order to stay prepared. They think calm will make them careless. They think if they stop guarding every door, life will surprise them in painful ways, but this is not true. Calm does not make you weak. Calm makes you clear. Calm makes you steady. Calm helps you respond instead of react. Calm lets you listen before you move. Calm gives you the ability to feel what is aligned without the noise of panic covering it up. This is why calm is one of the deepest forms of inner strength. There is a spiritual kind of calm that goes beyond simple relaxation. It is the calm that comes when you remember that you are supported. It is the calm that comes when you stop acting as if everything depends on your constant struggle. It is the calm that comes when you trust that life is not your enemy. This kind of calm changes the energy you carry into every part of your day. It changes how you speak. It changes how you decide. It changes what you notice. It changes what you attract. Because calm is not empty. Calm has a frequency. Calm sends a message. It says, I trust enough to stay open. Life responds to that openness. When you are calm, you begin to meet the world differently. You listen more deeply. You speak more gently. You stop chasing with the same desperation. You stop reading every delay as rejection. You stop making every silence mean something is wrong. And because your energy changes, your experience changes too. You notice new chances. You feel more guided. You are less likely to force what is not right, and more likely to recognize what truly belongs. Calm does not magically erase all challenge, but it changes the way blessings find you and the way you hold them when they arrive. Think of how different it feels to walk into a room with a peaceful heart instead of a guarded one. When you are calm, your presence is different. There is more softness in you, more room, more steadiness. People feel it. Life feels it. Even your own body feels it. The breath moves more freely. The shoulders settle. The chest opens. Thoughts do not have the same sharp edge. This is not a small thing. This is the body remembering safety. This is the soul remembering its natural state. And in that state, receiving becomes easier because there is no longer so much inner resistance. You may have noticed that some of the most beautiful moments in life came when you were not chasing them with fear. A peaceful conversation, a clear idea, a sudden answer, a sense of knowing, a gentle opportunity. These things often arrive when you are relaxed enough to notice them. They enter in spaces where there is less inner noise. That is why learning to become calm is not separate from your spiritual path. It is part of it. The calmer you become, the more clearly you hear life. The calmer you become, the more open you are to the good that has been trying to reach you. This does not mean you must become perfectly calm all the time. You are human. There will be days when the mind runs fast and the body feels tight. There will be moments when fear rises strongly. What matters is not perfection. What matters is return. Can you return to the breath? Can you return to the body? Can you return to the truth that you are supported? Can you return to the present moment instead of running far ahead into imagined trouble? Every return, builds your capacity to receive. Every return teaches your whole system that peace is possible again. A calm heart receives differently than a fearful one. A fearful heart often pushes away what it has been asking for because it does not trust it when it comes. It doubts love, it questions help, it resists rest. It becomes suspicious of ease because ease feels unfamiliar. But a calm heart can say yes. A calm heart can recognize goodness and let it in. A calm heart does not need to test every blessing before it believes it. It does not mean it has no wisdom. It means its wisdom is no longer ruled by fear. It has learned that openness is not weakness. It is the doorway through which grace enters. You can practice this calm in very simple ways. You can pause before you react. You can take a long breath before answering a question that stirs your fear. You can sit in silence for a few minutes before beginning the day. You can place your hand on your heart and remind yourself that you do not have to rush the next answer. You can stop demanding certainty from every situation. You can let your body know that this moment is safe enough to breathe in. These small acts are powerful. They tell your nervous system that peace is allowed. They tell your soul that you are making space to receive. There is also a deep kind of trust in choosing calm when the world around you seems loud. It is easy to be pulled into the speed, the pressure, the urgency that surrounds modern life. Everything asks for quick reaction. Everything pushes for instant answers, but your spirit does not heal in constant pressure. Your spirit opens in peace. Your clarity grows in peace. Your inner strength deepens in peace. The more you honor that, the more you begin to live from a different center, a center that is not ruled by outer noise, but guided by inner steadiness. Sometimes the answer you seek is not far away. Sometimes it is simply covered by too much tension. Sometimes the love you long for is trying to enter, but your fear keeps the door half closed. Sometimes the opportunity is already near, but your restless energy keeps you from seeing it. This is why calm is not passive. Calm is deeply active in its own way. It prepares the ground. It clears the path. It opens the heart. It makes you receptive to what force can never bring. Calm says, I do not need to drag life toward me. I am ready to receive what is already on its way. So let calm become part of your practice. Let it become something you honor, not something you postpone until life becomes easy. Calm is not the reward at the end of the journey. Calm can walk with you now. Calm can hold your hand in uncertainty. Calm can sit beside you in the waiting. Calm can soften your body while answers are still forming. Calm can remind you that you do not have to become hard in order to survive. You can stay soft. You can stay open. You can stay available to grace. And when you become calm enough to receive, something beautiful begins to happen. The life you were trying to force starts to feel more natural. The doors that match you feel clearer. The steps ahead feel gentler. You begin to notice help. You begin to feel supported. You begin to receive not only outer blessings, but inner blessings too. Ease, steadiness, rest, trust, and the quiet joy of not being at war with life anymore. That is a miracle too. In many ways, it is where all miracles begin. Words matter more than many people realize. The words you repeat in your mind become the climate of your inner world. The words you speak over your life shape the energy you carry. If your daily language is filled with fear, pressure, and defeat, your whole being begins to live under that weight. But if your daily language becomes softer, kinder, and more open, something begins to change. The heart responds, the body responds, the nervous system responds, your spirit responds. This is why simple affirmations can be so powerful. They help guide the mind back toward truth. An affirmation does not need to be long or complicated to carry power. In fact, the simplest words often go deepest. A soft sentence repeated with sincerity can begin to heal places that have lived in fear for years. When you say, "I trust life," those words begin to settle into the parts of you that always expect danger. When you say, "I let the universe lead," those words begin to soften the part of you that has been trying to control every outcome. When you say, "Miracles find me when I get out of the way," those words begin to open a doorway inside the heart. Simple words, repeated with care, can create a new inner path. Affirmations are not about pretending everything is perfect. They are not about denying pain or hiding from reality. They are about choosing what truth you want to plant in the middle of reality. If you feel afraid, you can still say, "I am willing to trust." If you feel tired, you can still say, "I am held by life." If you feel uncertain, you can still say, "The next step will come." These words do not erase human emotion. They give it a new direction. They keep fear from becoming the only voice in the room. They remind your deeper self of what is still possible. There is something especially healing about repeating affirmations slowly, like a prayer, not rushing through them, not saying them as a task, but letting them land, letting each word touch the body, letting each sentence become breath. You can place your hand on your heart and speak gently to yourself. "I relax and allow life to flow. I trust the timing of my life. What is meant for me will find me. I release the need to control. I am open to peace. I am safe to receive good." These are not just nice thoughts. They are ways of retraining the inner world. They are ways of teaching the heart to rest in a new truth. If affirmations plant new seeds, gratitude waters the M. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to keep the heart open. It shifts your attention from what fear says is missing to what life is already giving. It reminds you that even in seasons of waiting, something is still working. Even in uncertainty, Something is still supporting you. Even when not everything is solved, not everything is empty. Gratitude helps you notice this. It helps you see what fear often hides, and what you notice with love begins to grow in meaning. Gratitude does not require a perfect life. It does not ask you to ignore pain. It simply asks you to widen your vision. Yes, there may be something hard in your life right now. Yes, there may be unanswered questions. Yes, there may still be longing in your heart. But can you also notice one thing that is here now? One breath, one kind word, one moment of quiet, one sign that life has not left you, one small beauty in the day, one simple mercy. Gratitude starts there. It starts by noticing what is still true, still good, still present. When you practice gratitude, the heart becomes less hard. It becomes less hungry in the fearful way. It becomes more available to what is already here. Gratitude slows you down enough to feel life again. It lets you taste the cup of tea, notice the morning light, feel the breath entering your lungs. Remember the people who love you. Honor the strength that has carried you this far. These may seem small, but they are not small to the soul. They are reminders that life is still moving with you. They are reminders that miracles are not only the dramatic moments, sometimes they are hidden in ordinary grace. There is a beautiful relationship between gratitude and receiving. The more grateful you become, the more open your inner world becomes. The more open you become, the easier it is to receive peace, guidance, love, and blessing. Gratitude does not force more good to appear through pressure. It simply aligns you with the good that is already flowing. It takes you out of the tight energy of lack and into the softer energy of trust. It says, I see what has been given. I honor what is here. I am open to more. That energy is powerful because it is relaxed, humble, and deeply alive. A simple daily practice can change the whole direction of your spirit. In the morning, before the mind begins to race, you can speak 1 or 2 affirmations. You can say, I trust life today. I let the universe lead. I am open to peace and miracles. Then at night, before sleep, you can name a few things you are grateful for. Not because the day was perfect, but because grace was still present somewhere inside it. Maybe you are grateful for rest. Maybe for a kind conversation. Maybe for the strength to keep going. Maybe for the fact that your heart is still willing to hope. Nothing is too small to count. The beauty of this practice is its simplicity. You do not have to force a deep spiritual experience every day. You do not have to say the perfect words. You do not have to feel strong all the time. You only have to return. Return to the truth you want to live by. Return to the words that open your heart. Return to gratitude when fear tries to narrow your view. Little by little, these returns create a new inner rhythm, and over time, that rhythm changes how you live. It changes what your mind reaches for first. It changes what your heart expects. It changes the energy with which you meet the day. You may not notice the change all at once. Many inner changes happen quietly. One day you realize you are not as reactive as before. Another day you realize you are breathing more deeply in a place where you used to panic. Another day you notice that you are no longer chasing answers in the same desperate way. Another day, you find yourself naturally saying thank you for something simple. These are signs of transformation. These are signs that your affirmations and gratitude are doing their work. They are opening the soil. They are changing the inner climate. They are making room for peace. Simple affirmations also protect you from the habit of speaking against your own life. So many people do this without noticing. They say, "Nothing ever works for me. I am always behind. I will probably miss my chance. I do not know how anything good could happen." These words may feel normal because they have been repeated so often, but they shape the inner world in painful ways. They train the heart to expect disappointment. They keep fear in the center. Affirmations gently interrupt this pattern. They offer a new sentence, a new path, a new emotional home. And gratitude softens the whole process. It keeps affirmations from becoming dry or forced. It brings warmth. It brings sincerity. It turns your practice from something you do with the mind into something you feel with the whole being. Gratitude says, I am not only asking for good, I am noticing good. I am not only waiting for miracles, I am honoring the miracles already woven into this day. I am not only hoping that life will support me later, I am recognizing that life is supporting me now. This awareness deepens trust, it deepens peace, it deepens your ability to receive. So let your practice be simple, let it be gentle, let it fit into real life. Whisper to yourself when fear rises, I trust the path. Say when control tightens, I let the universe lead. Say when your heart feels tired, miracles find me when I get out of the way. And then look around with gratitude. Notice the breath, notice the light, notice the small kindness. Notice that even now, life is still offering something good. This is how you keep the heart open. This is how you stay aligned. This is how simple words become living truth inside you. There comes a time when the soul gets tired of forcing, tired of pushing on every door, tired of trying to carry every answer to Tsan. Red of believing that peace will only arrive after control has done its work. And in that tiredness, if you listen closely, there is often a sacred invitation, not an invitation to give up on life, but an invitation to stop fighting life. Not an invitation to become careless, but an invitation to become trustful. Not an invitation to disappear, but an invitation to step back just enough for grace to move. This is the turning point. This is where miracles begin to find you. You do not need to live with your hands clenched around every outcome. You do not need to spend your days trying to hold together what life is already holding. You do not need to prove your worth through struggle. You do not need to earn peace by carrying everything alone. There is another way to live, a softer way, a wiser way, a way that says, I will take the next step that belongs to me, and I will release the rest. I will stay present. I will stay open. I will stop making fear the ruler of my life. I will let the universe lead. When you step back in this way, something deep inside begins to settle. The heart does not have to race as much. The body does not have to brace as much. The mind does not have to search as desperately for certainty. Space begins to appear, and in that space, peace enters, guidance enters, clarity enters. Blessings that could not land in a crowded and fearful inner world begin to find room. This is why surrender is so powerful. It is not empty. It is full of possibility. It is full of trust. It is full of hidden movement. It is full of miracles waiting for an open door. You may not know yet how everything will unfold. You may still have questions. You may still be standing in a season that feels unfinished. But even here, you can step back from fear. Even here, you can release the need to know every answer. Even here, you can stop treating uncertainty like an enemy. You can choose peace before proof. You can choose calm before certainty. You can choose trust while the path is still appearing. That choice changes everything. It shifts the energy of your life from grasping to allowing, from panic to faith, from force to flow. There is something beautiful about remembering that life knows your name, life knows your needs, life knows the timing of things in ways you cannot always understand from where you stand. The same wisdom that moves the seasons is moving through your journey too. The same intelligence that brings light after night is at work in your life. You do not have to manage the whole sky for morning to come. You do not have to force every part of the path for the next step to appear. You can rest in the truth that something greater than fear is guiding you. This does not mean every answer will come in the way you expected. Sometimes the miracle is different from the plan you imagined. Sometimes it arrives through a new deed, or you would not have chosen it first. Sometimes it comes as peace in the middle of change. Sometimes it comes as strength you did not know you had. Sometimes it comes as release from what was never truly yours. But a miracle is still a miracle, even when it wears a different face than you expected. In fact, many of the deepest miracles in life come not because you controlled the outcome, but because you finally made room for a better one. So let this be your practice now. Step back when fear wants to run ahead. Step back when control wants to tighten its grip. Step back when the mind begins to believe that pressure is the same as progress. Step back, breathe, and remember what you now know. You are not meant to force the river. You are meant to flow with it. You are not meant to carry every burden alone. You are meant to trust that life can carry you too. You are not meant to hold every answer in your hands. You are meant to open those hands and receive. Say softly within yourself, I let the universe lead. I release the need to control. I trust the timing of my life. Miracles find me when I get out of the way. Let these words settle deep inside you. Let them move through your body like warmth. Let them touch the tired places. Let them soothe the fearful places. Let them remind you that there is nothing weak about trusting life. There is nothing foolish about choosing peace. There is nothing passive about surrendering what was never yours to force. This is the work of a wise heart. This is the strength of a peaceful spirit. As you move forward from here, carry this truth gently. You do not have to chase what is truly meant for you. You do not have to keep proving, forcing, and worrying in order to be loved by life. You can become quieter inside. You can become softer inside. You can live with open hands and a trusting heart. And as you do, you may begin to notice something beautiful. Life meets you differently. The path feels less heavy. The signs come more clearly. The blessings feel easier to receive. The very thing you have been longing for begins to move toward you with less struggle and more grace. Let the old way fall away now. Let the endless pushing soften. Let the fear-driven need to know everything begin to loosen. Let your breath teach you how to trust. Let your body remember calm. Let your heart believe again that goodness can come without force. Let yourself be surprised by how much peace is available when you stop standing in your own way. Let yourself be carried by something wiser than fear. Let yourself be held by the unseen love that has been guiding you all along. And when the mind tries to pull you back into strain, come back to this simple truth. You do not need to force what is yours. You do not need to rush what has its own sacred timing. You do not need to fear every bend in the road. You only need to stay open, stay present, and trust the next step. Life is not asking you to control it. Life is asking you to walk with it. Life is asking you to let it lead where fear once tried to rule. Life is asking you to make room for miracles. So now let your whole being rest in this. The universe knows how to lead. The path knows how to unfold. The answers know how to arrive in their right time. Your work is not to force every door, solve every mystery, or carry every burden with tight hands. Your work is to soften, to trust, to breathe, to become calm enough to receive, to speak gently over your life, to stay open to the good that is already moving toward you. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not outside the care of life. Even now, something is working behind the scenes. Even now, something is being prepared. Even now, grace is moving in places you cannot yet see. Let that truth quiet your heart. Let it ease the pressure in your mind. Let it remind you that peace does not come only after every answer. Peace can begin now, in this breath, in this moment, in this choice to trust. Step back from fear. Step back from control. Step back from the old belief that struggle is the only path to blessing. Make room for a wiser way. Make room for the flow of life. Make room for the miracle that enters quietly when the heart is no longer clenched shut. Make room for the good that finds you when you stop standing in its way. And carry these words with you like a prayer. I let the universe lead. I trust the timing of my life. I am open to peace. Miracles find me when I get out of the way.